Airports seem simple, just lines, gates, and announcements, but beneath the surface, they're designed to drain your time, test your patience, and quietly chip away at your wallet. Most travelers don't realize they're walking into a system that's optimized not for comfort or fairness, but for control and quiet upsells. Before they even reach their seat, they've likely missed out on a free upgrade, a shortcut through security, access to a private lounge, or worse, been hit with fees they could have easily avoided. These aren't rumors or TikTok hacks, they're actual documented loopholes, protections, and strategies that the airline industry avoids publicizing, because once you know them, you stop playing the game on their terms. Every time you fly without understanding these rules, you're not just missing out, you're unknowingly opting into a system that profits from your confusion. If you travel at all and don't make an effort to subscribe now to learn how this works, it's not bad luck that's draining your travel budget, it's design. So if you find yourself thinking, I wish someone had told me this before, let this be your moment, because if you fly even once a year and skip this information, you're not just flying blind, you're paying for everyone else's upgrades. We're counting down 12 hidden truths every flyer should know in 2025. Not recycled travel tips, but high-leverage moves that save you hours, money, and embarrassment you didn't see coming. Each one built on the next. And secret number one? It's the foundation. The reason some travelers glide through airports like insiders, while the rest get delayed, overcharged, and quietly pushed to the back of the line. Most people never figure it out, but once you see it, everything else starts making sense. 12. Most travelers think once they're assigned the seat, that's the end of the story. Window, aisle, or worst of all, the dreaded middle. But the seat map isn't static. Behind the scenes, airlines shift passengers up to the final hour. Gate agents reassign seats for weight distribution, upgrades, or late check-ins. That means your locked seat may have better neighbors soon, or a better option entirely. Here's what the frequent flyers don't tell you. Check the seat map exactly 24 hours before your flight, and again at check-in. Tools like Seat Guru show which seats have hidden perks, like extra legroom or fewer seatmates. Sometimes those become available just hours before takeoff. And they're free. You just have to catch the window. Most don't, but the ones who do often skip the middle row altogether and end up boarding with smug smiles, knowing they beat the algorithm. It's not random luck, it's well-timed awareness. 11. The terminal feels like punishment. Uncomfortable chairs, overpriced food, a crowd that never stops moving. Meanwhile, just down the hall, other travelers are sipping espresso in silence, charging their devices, maybe even taking a shower. You're not missing out because you're not elite. You're missing out because you never checked. Here's what airlines don't advertise. Thousands of economy passengers already have lounge access and don't even realize it. If you carry a travel rewards card, a premium visa, even some debit cards, there's a good chance you have entry to Priority Pass or a partner lounge. Some budget tickets come with one-time access hidden in fine print. Airline staff won't remind you, and most flyers don't look. But if you check your wallet, literally, you might discover you've already paid for peace and quiet. It's the most overlooked luxury at the airport, and it's just sitting there. Once you realize that your delay doesn't have to mean discomfort, it changes how you wait forever. 10. You've just landed after a long-haul flight. Your body aches, the air feels dry. All you want is to get home or to your hotel fast. But instead, you're herded into a snaking immigration line that feels like punishment for choosing international travel. Here's the quiet truth. TSA PreCheck is good, but global entry is better. And hardly anyone talks about how little the difference costs. For just $20 more, global entry skips both the long re-entry lines and gives you pre-check domestically. That means faster security at home and faster customs abroad. It's like upgrading your travel IQ for the price of 2 airport sandwiches. Enrollment takes effort. Fingerprints, interview, background check, that's why most people delay. But that barrier is the filter. The few who push through it, they skip the worst parts of every terminal, year after year. It's not VIP access, it just feels like it. 9. At Gate 34, a crowd swarms around the single charging station. Every outlet jammed, wires tangled like seaweed. Phones are dead, laptops wheeze, and most people think, I guess I'll wait. You don't need to. Most airports have dozens of outlets in places people never bothered to look. Underneath rows of waiting benches, tucked near windows behind display cases, inside unused boarding zones where the lights are dim and no one's watching. The architecture of most terminals predates the mobile device search, meaning the infrastructure is there but not labeled. Here's the move. Look down, not around. The herd follows signage, but the real power, literally, is in forgotten corners beside emergency phones and sometimes hidden inside vertical columns that support seating orders. The difference? One traveler is stuck rationing battery to board with 3%. The other is sipping coffee at an empty gate, streaming a movie, fully charged. Same airport, different awareness. 8. Let's be honest. You're not overpaying because you want to. You're overpaying because someone designed a system hoping you wouldn't notice. That $6 bottle of water at the airport convenience kiosk is not just overpriced, it's psychological warfare. You're tired, dehydrated, and cornered. They're not selling water, they're selling your desperation back to you. Here's the counter move. Bring a collapsible bottle. Not just any bottle, a lightweight roll-up kind you can stash in your pocket or hook to a bag. TSA won't care, as long as it's empty. Fill it after security. Most airports now have touchless refill stations tucked near restrooms or gate exits. You stay hydrated, you stay sharp, and you save that $6 every single time. 7. Now picture this. You book a $480 flight to Denver. You feel good. Then the next morning you check again, and it's $378. Same airline, same flight, and suddenly you feel tricked. But here's the clause buried deep in airline policy. If you booked directly, not through a third party, you can cancel that ticket within 24 hours. No fees, full refund, rebook at the lower price, no need to call, just go online and reset the move. It's not a loophole, it's federal law in the US. But the airlines don't exactly highlight it. Why would they? That missed $100 goes straight to their margin. This single trick puts timing back in your hands. You're no longer punished for booking early or pressured into waiting for a better deal. You act, then adjust, without penalty. That's not just money saved, that's leverage reclaimed. If you've watched this far and still haven't subscribed, just drop a comment below explaining why you're okay with overpaying, overwaiting, and overstressing at the airport. We'll rate. 6. Boarding pass barcode risks. You post a quick photo at the gate, boarding pass in hand, excited. But buried in that barcode you just shared, your name, your record locator, your frequent flyer number, in some cases even your ticket number and travel itinerary. It's not just a souvenir, it's an open door. Anyone with a scanner app, or even a screenshot and a few minutes, can pull your data, log into your airline profile, and make changes. Cancel your return flight, steal your miles. Worse, use your travel details to guess your passwords or security questions, all from a well-lit selfie. The fix is boring, but critical. Never post it, not even the corner. And when you're done, shred it. Not just toss it in the seat back or hotel trash, shred it like it holds your banking password, because sometimes it basically does. Hackers don't need your credit card, they need the breadcrumbs. Your boarding pass is a full trail. 5. Tuesday flight booking myth. Now let's talk myths. You've probably heard that Tuesday is the magic day to book flights, and mostly you've dismissed it because flights still look random. But randomness is just what it looks like from the outside. Airlines typically update pricing systems on Monday nights, adjusting for seat inventory and competitor rates. By Tuesday afternoon, around 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern, the sweet spots show up. Not always for every route, but often enough to make the pattern real. Here's how smart travelers handle it. They don't hunt manually. They set up Google Flights trackers, they plug in flexible dates, they let the algorithm watch the market. And when prices shift, they act. Then use the 24-hour cancellation rule to lock in the best rate without regret. It's not about chasing tricks. It's about understanding the rhythm behind the chaos. Book smarter, spend less, and keep your margin. 4. Airports are digital deserts. Everyone's on the same public Wi-Fi, dragging speeds down to a crawl. Loading your gate change? Buffering. Trying to download a movie? Forget it. But what if you weren't on the public network? Most airports have private Wi-Fi channels. Faster, cleaner, and less congested. Lounge networks, airline crew networks, terminal cafes with customer-only access. They're not locked behind money, they're locked behind knowledge. Want access? It's simpler than it sounds. Open Reddit, search the airport code plus Wi-Fi password. Try Foursquare check-ins, even Google Maps reviews. Travelers leave breadcrumbs. All you have to do is follow. You're not hacking the system, you're using the part of it they don't advertise. Why stay on the crowded freeway when there's a service road no one's using? 3. Security lines aren't slow by default, they're slow by design. They rely on randomness, people guessing which lane might be quicker without any data. Here's the pattern smart travelers spot. Most people are right-handed, most drift towards the rightmost lanes. That makes the far left lane your quiet advantage. Avoid lines with strollers, families, or anyone who looks confused about bins. Even better, walk up to the agent and ask which lane is moving fastest. Most will tell you, some will even gesture discreetly.
There's no rule that says you have to suffer in silence. You don't need TSA pre-check to skip the wait. You need situational awareness and the confidence to ask. It's not cutting the line. It's cutting the guesswork.
2. Airports change gates like dealers shuffle cards. One moment you're sitting calmly by gate B14, headphones in. Next moment, your plane's boarding at C32 and you didn't get the memo. You weren't lazy, you just didn't check. Airlines update gate changes on the app before they announce them over the speaker. The monitors? Often faster than the staff. The loudspeaker? Useless if you've got noise-canceling headphones or you're buried in a podcast. This is why smart travelers assign roles. One person becomes the gate hawk, watching, refreshing, scanning screens like it's mission critical. Because it is. A missed gate is a missed flight. And no one wants to be the person sprinting, sweating, begging at the counter, holding a latte instead of a boarding pass. 1. And now, the part no one tells you. None of these tricks matter if you don't understand the system you're walking into. You can't outsmart chaos if you don't know the rules it follows. Most travelers go on autopilot. They follow the crowd, they assume the process is fixed, universal, unchangeable. It's not. Airports are layered with hidden options. Some are official, some are just loopholes waiting for someone alert enough to see them. Every advantage you've heard here, early boarding, private Wi-Fi, fast security lanes, smarter bookings, they don't come from status, they come from strategy. Stay curious, ask questions, watch how things actually work, not how they're supposed to. Because once you start thinking like an insider, airports become easier, travel becomes smoother, and delays don't feel like chaos, they feel like noise you've already tuned out. And if you've made it this far and still haven't subscribed, just drop a comment below explaining why you're okay with overpaying, overwaiting, and overstressing at the airport. We'll wait. But something tells me you're smarter than that. From seat upgrades to secret lounges, fast lane security to smarter bookings, you're no longer flying like the average traveler. You've got the edge. Most people move through airports on autopilot, numb, reactive, and stressed by design. But not you. Not anymore. You're the traveler who checks hidden Wi-Fi, who avoids bad security lines, who books when the algorithm dips. You don't just board, you navigate. So here's the truth. Subscribing costs you nothing, but missing hacks like these? That could cost you time, money, and your sanity. Hit that button before the next time you fly blind. Because from priority perks to secret discounts, it's time you got the VIP treatment they usually reserve for someone else.